Okay, so we get the Raging Bolt out of here, which is huge. That's great. And low kick, good. Clean up. Yeah. Okay. Yep. That's why I was very confident with that, but I was also expecting an E-speed right into, you know, SHIFTRY, and that's why I was like a little hesitant. But they were probably going for like a Stomping Tantrum or something. So that definitely works out in our favor, like massively. Hey everybody, Layton K here, back for another video showcasing some underutilized and unappreciated Pokemon. Today we're going to be showcasing SHIFTRY and Houndstone predominantly. SHIFTRY getting a massive boost this generation with the access of Wind Rider, instead of, you know, the original Early Bird, which in my opinion makes this Pokemon a very, very, very powerful threat. Given that wind moves are some of the most predominant moves in the regulation at the moment, with Tornadus, Bleak Wind Storm, Chi-Yu's Heat Wave, and now with Blizzard from Articuno being a massive situation due to Tio winning the Ultra Championships. Yeah, so I think this is a great time to bring in SHIFTRY to actually showcase it a little bit. But SHIFTRY's not the only one we're showcasing. Houndstone is also another one, which was a pretty big Pokemon. I wouldn't say big, but it was a pretty well-known, well-respected Pokemon back in Regulation A and B, I should say. But dropped off with the introduction of, say, like Fluttermane, Urshifus, and all these other well-known threats, Shinpao. But honestly, I think this Pokemon is still really good. It just needs to be utilized on the correct team. And this team, I did quite a bit of thorough testing over the past weekend. Let's see. Started on Friday and ended Monday at like 1750 on the showdown ladder with this team, and I only use this team, and I had very, very few like auto loss matchups. So let's break into this team real quick. Let's explain everything and why it works and stuff. Starting with Tyranitar. Everybody knows Tyranitar. Tyranitar is probably forever and always going to be one of the best sand setters, with, you know, access to a pretty strong move pool, and especially with Terastallization and Terra Blast, this thing becomes an absolute monster. Pretty unpredictable in CTS, with, you know, most choices being Flying, Fairy, or even Psychic. We're running into Soulfest, another Pokemon, or not another Pokemon, another item that is also uses Choice Band. However, we're sitting here talking about this one with Rock Slide, Low Kick, Terra Blast knockoff. Tyranitar is typically something I want to have like in the back two slots, because this team primarily starts off with SHIFTRY and Zapdos, but we're going to get into that in just a second. I want to get into this before I get derailed. Tyranitar, you know, Rock Slide and Knockoff for, you know, two massive stab type bonuses. Low Kick is for other Tyranitars, other heavy, like, really, really heavy attackers. And Terra Blast is to, one, change the Terra so Excadrill can get off Earthquake easily, or, you know, make itself immune, not immune, but resistant to Urshifu's, like, close combats, because, you know, nobody likes getting hit with close combat. Nobody likes Urshifu to begin with. Yeah, so, you know, quick Rock Slide, all that jazz. Terra Blast has a chance to completely OHKO like the more offensive, less defensive Urshifus without question. The Assault Vest, it's a very bulky set. I will actually have the Pokepetties down below if you want to try it out yourself on Showdown. Great team. I highly recommend it. Next up is Houndstone. This is another Pokemon you kind of want to have at the very back because it's not very powerful on its own, but with the Sand Rush access, it makes it a very, 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 very fast Pokemon, outspeeding anything but like booster speed Fluttermanes, booster speed bundles, all that sorts. Access to Last Respects makes it, you know, as I said, a massive late game like counter. Like, say, you know, the rest of your team is out Last Respects can easily pull back in a 4-0, which I've actually done before, strangely enough. It's got Protect, it's got Will-O-Wisp, which Will-O-Wisp is actually really great because typically Will-O-Wisp is actually more sorted towards like Sucker Punch users such as Sheen Pao, Urshifu Dark, and all that. Because, they'll sit there and try and get like a cheeky one, knock out Houndstone because its defenses are not exactly the greatest, and then you just hit them with a Will-O-Wisp. Now they're completely neutered. And then Shadow Sneak is great for like picking off like Sash. Like you bring something down to your Sash, just finish it off with a Shadow Sneak. We're running Spell Tag because there's no reason to use anything else. Life Orb was actually taken by Zapdos. Sash is taken by Shiftry. I didn't see a need to use anything else. Next up is Zapdos. Zapdos is a hyper-offensive / Tailwind user with Brave Bird Detect, Close Combat, Tailwind. Terra Steel to prevent, Flutter Mane just, absolutely demolishing us, mollywopping us. A couple other ones. Icicle Crash was a huge threat when team building, so I was like, Terra Steel is definitely the way to go with this. And as I said, Brave Bird Close Combat, 2 of its best moves that it can access. Highest base power, the trade-off of some damage or stat drops. But it really doesn't matter. It gets a Tailwind up, it, just goes for the offense. Shiftry right next to it is Wind Rider, which we were discussing in the very beginning of this. Focus Sash, Fake Out, Knock Off, Sucker Punch, Leaf Blade. So the funny thing is after we get a Wind Rider boost, Knock Off, if it's not a booster energy like Flutter Mane, dies. Just dies. Leaf Blade also picks up. Sucker Punch is also really great. You get that +1, and then Terra Dark Sucker Punch, it kind of just eviscerates anything that isn't resistant. Shiftry's actually a really underlooked and underutilized Pokemon. It's actually one of my favorite Gen 3 Mons, so adding it was kind of a must. I wanted something that would benefit from a hyper offensive strategy. So we decided to try it, and it kind of just stuck. But yeah, Focus Sash is that way, we can not worry about, say, Flutter Mane going for a Dazzling Gleam or a Moonblast on us immediately. I did see a noticeable rise of Tornadus Flutter Mane leads. So I just lead Zapdos and Shiftry. I go Fake Out, or just let us take the hit. We Terra Steel. Get the Tailwind up, wipe out, the Flutter Mane. Free easy pickup right there. Excadrill is our next mon. Terra Stellar. We're going Terra Stellar because I wanted to run Life Orb on it, but I figured that Life Orb was way more offensively, beneficial to Zapdos. So we decided to run Soft Stand, but we still have access to Iron Head, so I feel like Terra Stellar was much more beneficial. We could just hit it with an Iron Head, hit it with Earthquake, high horsepower. It's really, really good, especially paired with, Terraflying Tyranitar, as I said earlier. Because, yeah, sure, we don't need the Terrestrialization, but that Soft Stand, still hits absolutely strong without the loss of Tyranitar. Or, if we're feeling super frisky and know that we can, KO everything, we can just Terra Stellar, Earthquake. We lose Tyranitar, sure, but it just wipes everything. Had that quite a few times. And then Amoonguss actually is only here mainly for anti-Dondozo. Anti-Dozo, anti-setup, with Clear Smog, Spore, Pollen Puff, Rage Powder. Because our team is still pretty frail, we don't actually need the Pollen Puff too much, but it's more of an offensive use, Amoonguss. But yeah, I can't really think of anything else I need to say here, so let's just hop into the battles, and I will see you guys over there. Alright, so we have done a couple battles with this team. The first one we kind of lost because, still kind of a warm-up situation, and I wasn't actually focusing, and I actually forgot a couple moves on Tyranitar. So that was one of the loss, but the second one that we used, completely wiped. So, let's see. First match, we have a Farigiraf, we have a Ogerpon, we have a Raging Bolt, Urshifu, Tornadus, and Flutter Mane. So I am going to lead, Zapdos and Shiftry with Tyranitar in the back, and I kind of want to run Excadrill. And the reason I'm running Excadrill over Houndstone here is because Excadrill actually completely hardwalls Raging Bolt. And it still outspeeds Flutter Mane. We are slightly at the mercy of Urshifu, but hopefully we should be able to wipe out Urshifu before anything else. Houndstone would have been great, but there's been the occasional time that during testing I ended up getting stuck between Houndstone and Farigiraf, and given Farigiraf is part normal and Houndstone is only got ghost types, doesn't quite end up well with us. So, as I said, we're going to try this. As I said, I'm very confident with this team. As I said, got into the 1700s, top 500 in the Showdown ladder. So I'm pretty confident with this team. I can't really think of anything that could be changed in this. So if you guys do have ideas, also let me know in the comments below what you would have over, certain Pokemon. Examples being, what would you have over, Amoonguss, or do you think I would have a different Pokemon over, say, Excadrill or Houndstone, something along those lines. All right, so we have a pretty solid lead here. This is actually a really solid lead here. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to Tailwind here, and we're going to go ahead and hit the knockoff on the Ogerpon. Now, knockoff does not get the boost. However, we know we're going to get brought down to our Sash. And if we are lucky here, if we are super lucky, ever so lucky here, they're actually going to try and double into our, going to double in to our SHIFTRY. If not, well, oh well. So they're actually going to Sunny Day here, which is actually, I want to say okay, but at the same time not. Alright, that's going right. That's actually the worst case scenario for us. That's fine. It can be so much worse. It could be so much worse, but that's not a great situation for us. We should have went for the fake out, but I was expecting a spiky shield. I was definitely expecting spiky shield there, which would have been a terrifying situation because we would have lost our Sash. That is unfortunate. We did not play that correctly. But now that puts us on the hyper offense, we have to sit here and, hit a Sucker Punch. Hopefully a Terra Dark should be enough to take it down. It should be. I wouldn't see why not. But that's fine because we don't lose anything out of this. That's fine. We don't need the Sunny Day right now, or we don't need the sand right now. It actually works for us in our, it works for us. It works for us really well because we don't lose damage. Alright, Tornadus is out, which means that we could, if we want to feel super cheeky, switch Excadrill out in the Tyranitar slot. Yeah, we could definitely bring in Tyranitar. I can't speak. I can't speak, guys. Never been able to speak. Alright, actually, no, this just got really bad for us. We're going to low kick here, and we're going to Sucker Punch. Actually, do we double in? I feel like we double in, but doubling in is not going to do good. That's not good. This is not good. Yeah, that Urshifu really does us in. Should have called that, though. Ironhead's a really interesting take, so my guess is that might be Banded, actually. It's kind of a now or never situation. We bring Excadrill in here, and then we go ahead and we Sucker Punch the Urshifu. Actually, no, do we Sucker... Let's Leaf Blade the Urshifu, because we might outspeed this. That's fine. Yeah, that definitely shouts, I'm banded. That 100% shouts, I'm a banded boy. Okay, so we could pull this back. Getting extremely lucky here. Okay. So this is going to seem really risky and kind of unnecessary, but we're actually going to Earthquake here, and we're going to bring in our Tyranitar. We are going to lose Tyranitar, but I want to get that speed boost in, otherwise we are in a world of hurt. It's going to suck that we're going to lose Tyranitar, but both these mons are not going to like this. The photosynthesis is off. No thunderclap for you. And that should comfortably take out... Okay, yeah, that comfortably takes out, and we get that first win. Really bad start for us. Really bad start for us, but we did pull it back. And this is why I do like this team, because like it is pretty forgiving if you know what you're doing. Man, we got exceptionally lucky there. We got exceptionally lucky. They don't have another mon, do they? I think they do, actually. Oh no, they don't. I can't count. I'm good at math, guys. I'm good at math. All right, so right off the bat, great first start. Great first start. I have no idea why it just got loud all of a sudden. Anyways, great first start. We'll see you guys in the next match. Yeah, that was good. I'll take it. Alrighty. Alrighty. Let's see what we got here. Another Ogerpon Flyer, another Farigiraf, a shorter necked Raging Bull, Pheasantipity, that's a Pokemon you don't see very often. Wow, that is definitely a Pokemon you don't see very often. I like that though. I like Pheasantipity. It's a pretty cool Pokemon. And then we also have Blood Moon, Ursaluna, and Annihilate. This team is actually kind of terrifying, but unfortunately, again, we don't get a chance to bring in Houndstone here, because now there are two normal types. Two normal types that pose a massive threat compared to last time, which was only one. So we're going to try and fix this real quick. We're going to try and remedy this. If I was a betting man, I would guess that that was a... That's a Trick Room lead. That's a 100% Trick Room lead. Probably Choice Scarf, Annihilate, and Farigiraf. Oh, excuse me. So if I was a betting man, this is definitely what's going to happen here. So it's actually Pheasantipity. Pheasantipity is a very interesting lead. I wasn't expecting. But we are going to Tailwind here, and I am going to... Do I want to knock off? I feel like we have to knock off at this point. I'm definitely 100% not, I'm definitely 100% not, yeah, see, there was a Final Gambit, saw that coming. So, we do knock off the Pheasantipity's item. We did call it that was Choice Scarf in the Final Gambit, that's okay. It was a really good thing that we didn't, Terrasilize, that would have been awkward. That's Muscle Band, so we know it's slow, which that's fine as long as we don't get poisoned, but that's a high chance we get poisoned. Don't hold your breath. Don't hold your breath. Oh, wow. Okay, so it didn't poison us. I'll take that. I will happily take that, actually. But we now know it's min speed. Actually okay with Earthquaking here. Do I want Earthquake here? Actually, no, I'm going to high horsepower because Pheasantipity can't really touch us. And I'd rather double into the Farigiraf so they don't get a Trick Room here. Should I have gone Iron Head? Maybe. Iron Head may have been the more key play here, but it's all about learning, right? the do's and don'ts. I am literally the examples of do's and don'ts here. Because this thing could Terra Fairy here, and then, you know, we're just unable to do anything. So they actually terrestrialized the Pheasantipity, which is really, really cool. I'm really glad I didn't go for the Earthquake. I'm really glad I didn't go for the Earthquake in this situation. That just makes us funnier, honestly. Alright, my guess is it's safety goggles, but it's not that it matters. Okay, but we did call it right. Alright, so here comes Icy Wind. SHIFTRY. God, I love SHIFTRY. Like, this is exactly why I love SHIFTRY so much. Because, like, as I said, some of the most powerful, potent, you know... Some of those powerful, potent, you know, moves right now are, you know, the ones that I've mentioned earlier. So I'm actually going to be really, really risky here. And I'm actually going to go for a knockoff onto the Pheasantipity, expecting a Protect onto the Ursaluna. Is this going to bite me? Maybe. It might. It might bite me. But, you know... I could call it, so we don't know. Ooh, Vacuum Wave. That's no bueno. Okay. I don't know. I kind of feel like I should have expected that. I should have went for the knockoff. Or the, what do you call it? Huh, okay. That's actually just more funny to me than anything, because I used Vacuum Wave in San Antonio. So, like, it's just one of those things, like, I should have seen it coming. It's actually more funny that I didn't see it coming, because it's something I used. Oh, man. So we live and we learn. That's fine. We got high horsepower back up. I'm going to go ahead and Rock Slide. Actually, do I Iron Head? Do I actually Iron Head and Low Kick instead? You know, I think I'm going to do that. That's going to sound really dumb, but hear me out. Because Ursaluna actually loses at this rate. We could flinch. And the best part about this is... Yeah, we still have a shot. This is fine. This is fine. This is fine. Oh yeah, given that Life Orb for Ursaluna, yeah, we're okay. Okay. So now all we gotta do is just hit a knockoff on this Pheasantipity and we win. We definitely played really sloppy. We played super, super sloppy. Like, no questions asked about this. We played very sloppy. We played way fast. We played way loose. Way loose? Hmm? We played way too fast and loose here. Oh, we already did knock off its item. Wow, yeah, we're not paying attention at all. This is fine though, because we definitely still win this one. Oh, yeah, without that crit. Oh, that wasn't even a crit. Wow, okay. Yeah, as I said, we were confident, or we were comfortable here, but I definitely played super sloppy. Like, there's no question about that. I'm not going to deny. I'm not going to say, oh, yeah, we did really good. No, I played incredibly sloppy. Without question. All right, so, Alright. So let's go ahead and get another match in here real quick. Doing pretty good. That's it. I've been playing sloppy, but as you can see, this game is extremely forgiving. It's extremely, you know, you can handle things. Oh, man. Alright, so... let's see what we got here. We have an interesting, I almost said sand team. We have a snow team. We have Ninetales. We have Glaceon. We also have Psyspam and Arcanine, which is really, really good here. But I can just lead, Zapdos, Shiftry, like, as we've been doing this entire time. And this is actually a really good time to actually bring in Tyranitar and Houndstone. We can actually probably show off Houndstone now. The thing is Amoonguss definitely could, like, frighten him into saying, oh, I don't know if I want to go Trick Room here. Like, this team could also run Trick Room. And that's the thing, is Tyranitar is not max speed. It's got no speed investment. It's actually not even, like, perfect speed IVs, if I recall correctly. Or I may have messed up and, hyper-trained it. But I know it's not fast, because, like, I didn't even bother with speed, because I know Tyranitar is not fast, and it could relish in situations like this. It's definitely one of those Pokemon that, maybe if you do, like, try and, like, reverse engineer this team from the Pokepacer and everything, Mint Speed might be a really good one, just because it just doesn't need to be, fast. It doesn't need, I'm sorry, not fast. It doesn't need to be fast. I was right. Never mind. Alright, so, I'm going to Tailwind here, and I'm going to Fake Out the Ninetales. Even if they Terrasilize Ghost, it's really good for us, because with Terrasilization on a Ghost type, I can sit there, I can knock it out next time, or I can knock it off next turn. They waste their Terra, all that jazz. We do know that unless they Wild Charge our Zapdos, we're good. Like, they could try and hit us with a Blizzard, that's not going to affect, Shiftry. There are so many, like, things here. Okay, that's fine. This is actually okay with me. It's actually really okay with me, because, we don't get the Tailwind up, they don't get their Aurora Veil up. Part of me almost wanted to run, part of me almost wanted to put Tyranitar in here, but Iron Hands definitely puts in too much of a threat towards our Tyranitar. So let's go ahead and Tailwind anyways, and, let's go ahead and knock off. Even though it's not very effective, we're going to knock off just so we can, do a little bit of damage. Yeah, sure, unfortunately the Light Clay is going to already, affect, but it's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. It's okay. That does minimal damage. It's already got the screens up, it's already powerful. That's fine, because we didn't touch, Iron Hands here yet. Let's go ahead and actually Brave Bird into the Ninetales. And we're going to knock off this guy. We're going to just try and, like, remove items while we can. So, like, the thing is, it's like, Iron Hands is actually one of those Pokemon that, like, do have a lot of, leverage on this team. Excadrill would have been really nice, but, there's not much we could have done in that situation. Yeah, the crit mattered there. Crit mattered 100%. Iron Hands is one of those Pokemon, as I said, it's not very used in this regulation, I should say. Was a dominant threat up until this regulation, which really sucks, because I personally love Iron Hands. It's my favorite Paradox Pokemon, besides Walking Wake. But, it's fine, because now we could just bring in Tyranitar, and we could bring in Houndstone. So, like, smart idea could be I could Terrasilize Ghost Houndstone and just start wrecking havoc. But this is a really good one here, because I could just low kick, do a little bit extra damage. We can Last Respects, get this guy out of here, unless they try to change the weather here. Which, either way, that's 100 in, I think that's 100 base power, or 150 base power. Last Respect still coming into this spot, so it's not liking this whatsoever. Or it can actually love it. It can actually love it in this situation. That's fine, but at the same time, it's really not. But I'm really hoping they don't call my bluff on going Terra Flying. I'm really hoping they don't call my bluff on going Terra Flying here. If they call my bluff on Terra Flying, then we're definitely up a creek. That's a good play, but see, this is one of those reasons why it's really risky. It's really, 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 really risky to run Houndstone because there are still a fair handful of normal types that still exist on this meta. Alright, so let's go ahead and we're going to knock off the Indeedee and really, really hope that they don't go for a follow me here. Because if they don't follow me here, oh, okay, never mind. I was going to try and Will-O-Wisp the Iron Hands, but it's fine. We should do a lot of damage. This actually might be best case scenario because they didn't swap. Knockoff should do maybe 70% damage, right? Oh, that did actually a lot more than I was anticipating. I'm okay with this, but the Rocky Helmet really sucks. Oh, man. So, yeah, we lose this one, but I'm okay with, you know, saying this is what we should have done. We 100% should have brought Excadrill over, you know, Houndstone. Isn't by no means over, though. I'm gonna try and last respects in case they try and go like for a cheeky Trick Room or something, which I don't think it's likely, but it's fine. Because Wild Charge won't KO us. The Sand and the Burn should finish off the Indeedee. Yeah. That's what I was saying. I was very confident with that. I was really hoping they were going to try and have like a cheeky Trick Room. That way I could have done something here. But unfortunately this is going to be the end of it. Solely for the fact being is here comes Ninetales. We no longer get the Sand Rush. Ice Beam and Blizzard are both going to be more than ample enough damage to KO us. But I'm going to Shadow Sneak just for Gits and Chiggles to see how much this does. Not that it really mattered. Trust me, I'm very well aware that there was Psychic Terrain. I'm not stupid. I promise you I'm not stupid. I was very well aware. It was sarcasm, my friends. Anyways. Yeah, I definitely think it is safe to say that Excadrill was definitely the key play there. I don't know why we brought in Houndstone. That was a dumb idea. Oh well. Oh well. Alright, let's continue battling. Let's get one more in for good measure. That was definitely a dumb play on my end. We would have definitely had a much better choice, if not one, if it wasn't for the bad meta call on that one. So it's fine. That's just how we play. That's how it goes. Sorry, that's an important one. Alright, so we have Landorus, Raging Bolt, Fluttermane, Dragonite, Grass Ogerpon, and Urshifu. Alright. It's a really good team right here. Honestly, yeah, we could just bring Excadrill here and Tyranitar. Because, like, Houndstone easily could just wipe through everything here, but at the same time, like, so can Excadrill. I think Excadrill could be a lot better because it does outspeed Fluttermane, it does outspeed, you know, everything here. It hits like a freight train. Like, Houndstone would have been really good, like, against Landorus and everything, because it does handle Landorus better. However, Excadrill hardwalls, like, a few of these mons, so... I don't know, it's one of those situations that, like, you know... They fight for what is needed. Like, they fight for wanting that 4th spot a lot. It's not bad, though. Alrighty. So, Raging Bolt Dragon Knight, that's actually okay with us. So what we're actually going to do is we're actually going to Tailwind real quick, and then we're actually going to knock off. Part of me wanted to consider running, or not running, part of me wanted to consider terrestrializing Dark Knockoff into that Dragon Knight, but I don't want to, like, expend my terrestrialization right off the bat. Especially given that that's multi-scale. Okay, really good there. Alright, I feel like Zapdos might go down here. I feel like that's something they want to, like, get rid of, is Zapdos. They're actually gonna D-Dance here, which is kind of brazy, actually. I'm gonna Brave Bird, knowing very, very good and well that we're going to be facing off against a, Extreme Speed. So they're actually going to probably Terra Normal here, right? I feel like Terra Normal E-Speed is definitely the call. Right? And this is fine, because as I said, we got Tyranitar in the back. And we got Excadrill. So this is actually almost a non-issue. Oh yeah, this is actually a non-issue. Like, this is super non-issue here. Okay, so there goes the AV. So here we go. I'm going to actually Terrestrialize immediately, and we're going to low kick the Dragonite. And then we're going to Sucker Punch the Raging Bolt. Because, okay, the reason I'm doing that is because the Raging Bolt's gonna... it's locked into it, because we can run with the Assault Vest. And if they don't, you know, Extreme Speed, we get the KO. We could actually get 2 KOs here. So I'm pretty confident with this play here. Pretty confident with this play here. Okay, so we get the Raging Bolt out of here, which is huge. That's great. And low kick, good. Clean up. Yeah. Okay. Yep. That's why I was very confident with that, but I was also expecting an E-Speed right into, you know, SHIFTRY, and that's why I was like a little hesitant. But they were probably going for like a Stomping Tantrum or something. So that definitely works out in our favor, like, massively. Alright, here comes Landorus, which is definitely the one I was worried about, and then we also have Urshi. And given that Scarf Urshi, I'm actually okay with Terror Blasting here, and we're going to go for a knockoff onto the Landorus. Because that should do like 80%. It should do like 80%, or something along those lines. And here's the thing, Urshi can't KO either one of us. Okay, so it's not Scarf Urshi, that's huge, that's really good. They should just go for Double Protect, that's actually really okay with me. That's actually really, really okay with me. Because we're still at +1. Their Sash is now busted on the Urshi, unless it's Mystic Water. It doesn't really matter in that case. We're just going to go for a big Leaf Blade here. Because at this point we Leaf Blade, and then we actually knock off with T-Tar. Actually, no. No, because the Tailwind just ran out. We're gonna Terror Blast the Urshifu, and we're going to Sucker Punch the Lando. Because as much as I love Shiftry, it is not very fast. And we handle Surging Strikes here, so like maybe if they double into Sludge Bomb and everything, that could be problematic, but I don't know. We'll see. Okay, Sludge Bomb Shiftry, that's actually okay with us. Alright, T-Tar comes in to Terror Blast. Yeah, that's fine. That's actually really fine because if we ran out of Tailwind there, or if we ran out of Sandstorm there, then it'd be a different story. It'd be a whole different story. But we're good. Because now Excadrill comes in and we just clean. I'm gonna go for a knockoff because it's going to do more damage, and I'm going to go for an Iron Head. I think we still have one turn Trick Room, or not Trick Room, Tailwind after this, but I don't think it matters. Oh my goodness, it survived. I mean, it doesn't really surprise me because, as I said, you know, we're, you know, soft sand, not life. And that is a bulky Lando. Alright. Well, I'm really glad to showcase this Pokemon team. I'm really glad to showcase this team the way I did. Really happy with how it works. As I said, that's actually going to do it. That's going to do it for this episode, guys. If you guys did enjoy, don't forget to leave a like down below. If you guys haven't already, hit that subscribe button, turn notifications on, all that jazz. We're going to get out of here, and again, please let me know what you guys think about this new change up of ideas and everything. Hopefully it's something that you guys actually enjoy or are interested in. But until then, I'll see you guys next time. Y'all take it easy. We'll see you guys later.